What is happening, crew? You are back live with El Capitan and Swabby. How you doing, Dad?
I'm doing fantastic today. Yeah, our big winter storm is behind us, and it 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 snowed here, which is rare, but it was pretty deep, and it snowed all day. Bit of an apology. That's why I didn't make a Saturday video. I was trying to record it Friday, and I was just too busy. So no Saturday video yesterday, which is kind of a bummer. But it's really the one I like to make of all of them. But a farmer's job never ends. And that was really crazy around here. But the weather's a little more nice today, so get some stuff done. And I'm packing up the trailer, getting the trailer all set up, and we're leaving not tomorrow, Tuesday, for Sedona.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot going on, a lot of fun stuff. Wife and I taking a little time, a little retreat.
Yeah.
Away from it all.
Get your frequency on.
Yeah. Sedona's the place, that's for sure. Yeah.
That's a good place in the world if y'all haven't
really
been.
Is. Yeah.
Hey, good day to you, Sam.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. Christopher,
Cisco.
Brittany, good to see you. We got the Cisco kid. Wayne, we got my brother Bear. We got Northern Living, aka the secret weapon, in the house. Loving the new logo. Landon was talking about sending me a hat.
Nice.
So definitely gonna rock that. And excited to. So yeah, that's what I got going on. Reached out to some of the crew this week. Landon, got to talk to Brittany a little bit, and we're doing Zips and talk to Sean. So we're gonna kind of see about doing some Patreons and making you guys some fun content and opening up the crew. I'm so excited to just talk to all of them and get to know them more, and for you guys get to know all of us more. So that was kind of my big to-dos this week. I have a question for you, Dad.
Oh boy. What have you got?
Who the hell is Josh Mandel?
Oh, good. So, what a perfect setup. Yeah. Anybody who has not been following the Josh Man on Twitter, X. At some point, we're going to all call it X. I don't know when. It could be forever. But his whole thing, oh man, this could be a really long story. But those of you who don't know the story, okay, I'm just going to spitball this thing real quick. He's a trader back from the late 80s, 90s. I assume he's my age. And he's been a very successful trader for Solomon for many, many years. And he kind of did so well, he sort of retired and got out of it and really got to the point where he started playing around with other markets, traded with a trust fund for a while, I believe. And he ended up becoming involved in crypto, in particular Bitcoin. So he really liked Bitcoin because of the way it moved, and he liked it. He started trading his own portfolio, I want to say about a year ago. I heard about this guy, like somebody told me about it like I want to say October, November. And I was like, yeah, whatever, Josh, man, I don't know what you're talking about. And they sent me this link. What he does is he posts his trades live on Twitter. And he basically says, I'm going short now. I'm selling. And everyone's like, no, dude, it's a bull run. You can't sell. And he'll cash out. He turned 2 million into 20 million live in less than a year.
Whoa.
All of his trades live. Okay. So essentially and everyone's like, well, dude, I don't see a losing trade on here. Wait a minute. Who the hell are you? You know? So everybody's like trying to figure out, are you connected? And he's very humble and he's trying to stay humble. But he made a call in early November, I want to say, right around the election. And he said that Bitcoin would be at $84,000 on March 14th. Okay?
What?
Right. On March 14th, if I'm correct about what I think this market is doing, it's following a structure, identical structure of something I went through back in 1990. Okay? Which I happen to know what 1990 means to me, as 87 was your crash. 1990 was the beginning of a massive 5-year bull. The Wall Street 7x, like time after time after time. It just kept climbing up. So he made us on early November, and he said it was going to be $84,000 2 days ago. And it was. In fact, it closed at $84,034. The odds of him calling that many months ago is virtually impossible. Okay? Like the odds were ridiculous. Because you got to remember, we were only at 70 and we went up to 108 in between. And at 108, he said, I'm selling. Let's remember now, he doesn't necessarily buy or sell Bitcoin. He buys or sells MicroStrategy strategy now, and or ETFs and BlackRock ETFs. He's a trader. So he's trading options on all this stuff. He had covered calls on all of it. So the punchline of the entire thing, not the punchline yet, but the beautiful thing is he's a poet. And he writes all this out in poetry. And that's kind of his pastime. So he basically comes out and says, you need to follow the book, The Fourth Turning. Because the fourth turning is, I haven't read the book, but I know a lot about the fourth turning. I've watched many videos about the review of the book. And I kind of got the concept. But he's like, if that day, if March 14th, we're at 84, that means the fourth turning is happening. That means that also Bitcoin will reach triple fours, 444 times 1,000 is the way he rhymed it, which is $440,000. That will be its next market all-time high. And essentially, it won't go down from 84,000 until it gets to 444. Right. So everyone's, oh, okay, whatever, dude. You got one call right, or you got a couple of calls right. But no, actually, he got a whole year worth of calls right.
Yeah, right? He won the lottery of making calls, essentially.
Exactly. He basically, he turned 2 million into 20. So, I mean, that's 10x for number one. But he also said that if it's at 84,000 on March 14th, I'm taking a month off because I'm going to spend time with my friends and my family, because the time that we're about to go through is going to be, I don't think he used the word biblical, but he really meant it in that sense. We need to, if you are not of a sound spiritual mind, these next few years are not going to go well for you. Which leads this man to speculate in all sorts of different ways, in the sense that, well, if Bitcoin's at $444,000, number one, that means maybe eggs are $50, maybe. Or fourth turning has happened and we have global war, or we have whatever else that the fourth turning kind of speculated on. Now, the thing that caught this man's attention was the amount of fours involved, because 4 is my favorite number. But he keeps talking about the fourth turning. He keeps talking about it was March 14th. He said it would be 84,000. He also said it would go to 444.
Mm-hmm.
All of these fours sort of lined up for me, and I was like, wow, this is pretty heavy stuff for me. It started to really kind of click. And I thought, well, what else could be coming down the road? Well, first of all, let me say this too. If he's correct in that we get to 444,000, he didn't give a time frame on it. If we do get to 444,000 in this bull market, well, he did give that time frame. That means that Bitcoin will be the most valuable asset in the world. So it's number 8 currently today. That would put it at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
It would surpass gold. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And be the most valuable thing on the planet. Go back a couple of days ago, and this is kind of the second half that I want to talk about too. Michael Saylor said something in an interview, and it almost seems like he regretted saying it because he sort of slipped. He said within 48 months, Bitcoin would be the number 1 global asset. What? He doesn't typically give time frames like that. What does he know? How did he know that? And why does he think that? Unfortunately, the commentator wasn't bright enough to follow up on that answer that he gave, which was really kind of sad. But that tells me that he also thinks that it's going to be happening. In other words, it goes to the number 1 asset. Let me backtrack just a little bit and say that if we're not going down, significantly down, that's what he said, from 84,000, only going up on a steady upward increase, and he's combining that with something that happened 30 years ago, which was 1990 to 95 stock market. That means that you're going to basically and that puts us somewhere around $20 trillion market. A $20 trillion crypto market, you don't need to tell any of you what that means to XRP, Cardano, and all the rest of it. Because you're going to accelerate, you're going to, I don't know, I should have done the math, but 84 into 444 is, it's not, what is that, 5x? I don't know. Mm-hmm. So compared to what XRP or the other ones could do, they could do a 20x if we went 7x in market share, if that makes sense to anybody. So I'm guessing those smaller coins or lesser coins, if you will, are going to 20x, not 7x. Because remember, every time we go up dollar for dollar, it's not dollar for dollar. Even going back to the B of A report, it was 14-1 is what it goes up per dollar. Every billion goes up 14 billion in value to XRP. Every billion invested goes up retail. So that's my, Josh Mann story in a nutshell. So we can.
He's got a bunch of different profiles. I'm not sure which one. I mean,
Josh Mann Fix.
What is it, Dad?
Josh Mann Fix, I believe it is.
Fix. Let's keep an eye on this Josh Mann character.
Yeah.
Let's keep a sharp eye on him. See what he's got going on.
The Bitcoin community really blew up on the guy, but the XRP people are like, yeah, whatever. I don't even know what he's talking about. So, but remember, if Bitcoin becomes the number one most valuable asset on the planet, your XRP is going to be $50 minimum, I'm guessing. Minimum. So, just do that math real quick.
Huge.
Yeah. So what do you think of that whole thing, Brent?
Josh Mandel 6. Does that sound right, Dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
That could be it. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not clear yet.
You think of the like the Limitless guy. I don't know if you've seen that movie, Dad, but everybody else has. He took a pill and he essentially unlocked, all of his mind, and he went from being a writer to becoming a day trader because he could see all the markets and he could, connect all the dots, and he could be Super Allen, where he just, okay, this company and this company, oh, you guys are doing a merger? Oh, but you can't do that and this. Yeah. And so he's either a genius, right? He's that level.
Mm-hmm.
Or my other thought was that he's just very, 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 very connected. And, there's those people in history where some of them just have that kind of information and then they slowly leak it out. I don't know. It could be both. But not sure. Yeah, it's very interesting. And Josh Mandel aside, I already kind of thought that it was going there anyway.
Right.
Based on a lot of points that crypto community brings up, I just think it's going there at some point, whether it's in this bull run or not.
Right.
So, but the timing is huge, right? For us little guys speculating and trying to turn a nickel on it. It's definitely cool. It's something to watch. I love that those people put that out there, regardless of what he is. Sure. It's interesting, and it's something that's like, okay, he gave a date, let's say for the 444. Well, what's the harm in writing that date down? There's none.
No. Well, yeah.
He might not like it, but
yeah. Yeah. I think he'll post it one day.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about not to get totally off that because we can get back to it any time in the show that we'd like. Yeah. Right on.
God bless the crew, baby. What's going on,
God bless all of us.
Christy, we can't wait either. Cannot wait for Vegas.
We have a I had a fantastic conversation with a guy the other night, and I started speculating. I know I do it so rarely. Um, I I thought I would share it with you all, and because he was very disappointed in the retail price. And he was asking me specifically because he's pretty much become a big time day trader. And he was asking me specifically about, I've mentioned in the past, the futures market and how they could actually control retail price with futures. And that's when I said, well, basically, I don't believe that's exactly what's happening today. And now let me explain what that conversation went like. Okay. First of all, what's happening right now is you have over counter and you have counter. We're going to say over the counter is wholesale. That's what big money's buying it at. And you and I being retail. Okay. So retail over the counter. All over the counter needs to do is purchase the liquid coins from Coinbase, all the people, okay, even Caleb and Brown, they all have wholesale prices for big money, or whales in our case, or institutional money. Okay, Michael Saylor does not go to Coinbase. We all know that. Okay, so when they do, they buy this pool.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that says they can't buy the wholesale pool and sell it on the retail pool. See what's happening here? So you can buy the wholesale over the counter market and sell it on the retail market. Therefore, the retail market never sees the buy wall, it only sees the sell wall. And you can do that for quite a period of time. So I went and looked these numbers up again, and we started at roughly 4.5 million Bitcoin about 2020 on exchanges. They had over 5 million Bitcoin.
Wow.
Right. Roughly. But that's as close as on-chain analytics could get. It was about a year ago, $420,000 or 420,000 coins left. That number is now, it was at 143. I just looked at this morning. It's 138. So in other words, there's 138,000 coins of 4.5 million left for them to do that or play with, or for them to purchase and hold onto. That ain't many coins.
No.
Since Michael Saylor alone owns, I think he's up to 500,000, 500,000 coins. That's a third of his bag left on the wholesale markets, right? So that number, when you have the US government coming out with politicians saying, we want to buy 1 million coins in 5 years, that is roughly, I think that was like 500 coins a day.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that going to come from? What is going to be the price of that? If you've only got 130,000 coins left, and the U.S. government alone wants to buy 500 coins a day, you get the math there. That's not good, and they're only making whatever it is, 450 coins a day, right? So the other math that's crazy is the number one largest Bitcoin purchase day of all ETF days was 2 days ago. There was $2.6 billion worth of Bitcoin bought of BlackRock ETF. 2.6 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Institutions are buying crypto on the over counter. Retail is not. That's why your number go down. That's why our number is low. Mom and pa's all, you're either in crypto or you're not into it. You're not buying it. People aren't buying crypto right now. The Smiths and the Joneses aren't buying it. So that's where we sit. That's why the price is stagnant. That's why it goes down or sideways, if anything. Those days are few in the future, in my opinion. I know I've been saying that a long time, but math doesn't lie. There's, okay, last quarter alone, just let's remember this now. Goldman Sachs, who said they would never buy crypto, right? Who was the other guy? Jamie Dimon, right? Said he would never allow his employees or anybody in his company to buy Bitcoin or crypto, any crypto. The last quarter, the last 2 quarters, he's doubled the amount of coins he had the previous quarter. He's doubling quarterly. And if you know what that means compounding wise, when you double how many you have each quarter, it's 4 times. You're actually 8 times a year. You're buying 8 times the amount of coins. And he got caught. They have to submit these numbers to the SEC, who has now become our allies, not our enemy. And they're reporting this to Ma and anybody on Main Street, not just Wall Street, is now getting these numbers that says the institutions, the financial institutions are all buying these coins. And they can't deny it. They can't lie about it anymore.
No.
Here we go. Yep, there we go. So hang on to your top 10 coins, period. Hang on to your XRPs, your Cardanos, your Solanas, your Ethereums, your Bitcoins. Those coins right there, just do not sell those coins right now. That's really a bad idea.
130.
And I would even say any
changes. Oh my God.
Yeah, on the OTC.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that could go.
Yeah.
That could go real fast. That's taking all
no,
that.
Yeah,
Weeks. What that is. That's a feeding frenzy. That's the little critter hanging on to the branch, and there's like a pool of piranha underneath him.
That's right.
That's what 138,000
so
sounds like to me.
Let me just heat that pot up just a little bit more for you real quick here.
Okay.
Those of you who like the man, good for you. The people that don't like Michael Saylor, good for you. I don't really care what you think of the man. Honestly, I don't care what you think about me or anyone else. It doesn't matter to me. Same. I'm tired of everybody hating people because he said some sentence that pissed you off or something. Whatever. Okay, I got it. He came out with a product this week that the world didn't watch, didn't listen to, didn't hear about. This is very, very big, guys. Michael Saylor came out with a bond. I know he's had bonds before. This is a convertible bond. In other words, you can convert this directly to Bitcoin. So you can buy MicroStrategy's strategy now. You can buy their bond, and it's redeemable in pure Bitcoin. So where's your downside risk? There isn't any. However, it's convertible to about 130% of the retail price of Bitcoin. So anybody in the money market world understands, I've got no downside risk and I've got 130% upside value. Where's the catch? There is no catch. The man only wants to break even. Why does he want to break even? Because every dollar that bond sells, and by the way, it'll be the number one selling bond of the next 12 months. I guarantee that in the world. Nation states are already buying his MicroStrategy, okay, MSTR. Norway and Switzerland, their central bank has already come out and said, we're owning MSTR. And the reason why you want to buy the bonds and why you want to buy the MSTR as a stock is because Bitcoin is becoming so scarce that you're having to pay a premium. And now you're getting in an arms race or a search race with nation states, with the US government who's buying the coins, and with people like Michael Saylor, who have just sold $1 billion worth of a bond. And his incentive is no incentive. He simply wants to own more Bitcoin. So he's going to, with every dime you buy of the bond, he's going to buy more Bitcoin. This is a ratchet effect. Mm-hmm. It's not going to go down anymore, guys, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know this Josh Mandel guy. I don't know whether or not he's correct. He's been really correct lately, and he says it's not going down either. And now, because of nation states, because of what Michael Saylor's doing, because of what the senators of the United States doing, because of Texas already passed the thing that they're already going to do it, Utah is only days away. 20 other states are going to start buying this stuff. This is this is not just hypothetical. This is math. This is simply math, number go up. And that's where we live right now. Retail number not go up. I know everybody's going to blow me up and say, well, Alan, the number's not going up. You have to understand how markets work. That retail market is going to get raided one day. When all the cupboards are bare of the 138,000 over here, they're going to rob that retail market because it's going to be the only place to buy it. And that creates a sell wall of zero and a buy wall of infinite number go up. And then it's going to get to the point where there's no Bitcoin to buy, or possibly many other coins. And you're only going to be bargaining for the coins that get mined. That's it. Or the people like myself and other people that started buying Bitcoin when it was $800. And I got like, I'm out. I'm good. I'm going to sell it's a $440,000 and I'm going to sell a couple of coins. Right?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. The ratchet effect.
Yeah. Chris, yeah, this comment is actually correct. He made a bad trade in the .com bubble. Very bad trade. Mm-hmm. However, in the last 4 years, he's the best trader in the world. Just know that. He took a company that was worth less than $2 billion, and it's now worth $65 billion in 4 years. Nobody's ever done that. Just so you know. Nobody's ever done that. I'm just saying. He might have been a bad trader, but he has a different product now than technology. He has the future of collateral. and he owns a ton of it. So whatever that's worth to you.
So, okay, the Bitcoin runs out on exchanges, Dad, or gets to the point where we've speculated on where it's like not available. We can list the price on our exchange, and but to stay within the parameters of law and what we have to do to stay in business, we can't sell coins that we don't have. So say that that number dwindles down to however low it needs to go, to where everybody starts looking at, or to your point, it sounds like everybody start looking at MicroStrategy or these companies to either buy the bonds and get the Bitcoin back. I guess I'm just trying to ask it, like, what is the move for us as like investors? Like, what, just
Okay.
based on that, like what would you do? What chess move would you do with that?
It's this man's opinion that I'm saying everybody in our chat's pretty much fully invested already. I'm guessing. I had a conversation with a gentleman the other day, and he has $400,000 worth of XRP. He didn't ask for my advice, but my advice to him, if I were him, I would get a whole Bitcoin with $80,000 of that. That's what I would do if I were him. Because here's why. If $320,000 worth of XRP today doesn't make you stinking rich in the next 5 years, like, I don't know, we all missed the boat. Mm-hmm. How much richer is he going to be if you have $320,000 or $400,000 worth of XRP today? What's the number? Like, if XRP does what we think, if XRP goes to $50 and he has 320,000 of them, dollars worth of them, he's going to be ridiculous. But the difference is, there's going to come a day in a few years from now when only banking institutions and nation states can afford a Bitcoin. Well, he'll be one of those people.
Right.
So I'm not giving financial advice, but I am saying this. If you only have $5,000, you get yourself some XRP and don't even worry about what happens to Bitcoin. Because that's for the big cats now. I mean, that's who can spend $84,000 on a coin. But I do think if you're up to here in XRP and you're looking really good, your bag is set, and you're waiting for the train, and I would say start buying Satoshis. Is it not a bad idea? It's really not. I mean, you can get a million Satoshis for under $1,000 right now. I mean, it's kind of, one day a million Satoshis might be $1 a piece. I mean, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just think if you're only just trying to monetarily get rich here, that's one category. That's buy all the XRP or the cheap coins or the top 5 cheap coins, Cardano or whatever it is, Solana's kind of gotten expensive, but any of those ones that you like, okay, then I would say, yeah, you could do really well. You could multiply your bag times 50. And that's probably a good call. Mm-hmm. But if you're trying to maintain wealth and hang on to wealth going forward, at a slow, progressive, steady, always going up value, like real estate does, then I would say you might want to get some Bitcoin because you're going to earn interest on it. Why do you think? Okay, I've said this before. MicroStrategy or strategy is one day going to be a bank. It's going to be a global bank. How does this man know that? So I am not guessing here. He's going to be a bank because I just told you if it goes to 440,000, it's going to be the number one asset on the planet, which means it's going to be the number one collateral on the planet. Okay. And I don't know, gold could go up at the same rate and gold could be number one and Bitcoin could be number two. I don't know that. Obviously, we don't know that. And I don't know, XRP could be the number one asset. I mean, that's possible too, right? It is possible. I'm not ruling that out. What I'm saying is anybody that owns a ton of any one of those things is going to be the collateral of the world. You're going to want to borrow from them. And he's just lining himself up as being a future banking corporation. And if you have a stack of the coins they're going to use as collateral, that makes you the bank in the future. No different than all those people in Weimar Republic back in Germany who had all the precious metals. They had all the gold. When the dollars became worthless, they had the gold. Yeah. There you go.
Dang.
I hope that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of the speculated, a couple million Bitcoin were lost. There's 21 million to start. MicroStrategy ends up with 500,000. Yeah. Yeah. That's a global bank reserve entity. And I'm with you, Dad. I don't care what people think about Bitcoin. I think you're missing the big picture if you're not including Bitcoin in the picture. Yeah. When you look at all this, it's like you do need something to be the collateral. You need something to be the gold in the vault. You need something to be that idea. And other things like you've articulated on here, like XRP, you need that to be the utility. Yeah, man.
There's a lot of people, I see a lot of comments about how bad Bitcoin is. I don't trust it. It's a rug pull. The whole thing's a scam. Those are all XRP people. And trust me, those are my people. I love, don't. I listen to some of my, in the crypto world, best friends, I'll call them. People with other channels. Every single one of them bashes on Bitcoin. So I know why you feel the way you do. You've been listening to these content providers tell you for years now, don't trust Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the problem. Oh, we're going to dominate the world one day. We're XRP. Maybe. I mean, I hope so. I got a bunch of it. That'd be great for me too. I don't really care each horse in the race. But when you look at the fundamentals of the two coins and you say, well, nation states believe in Bitcoin, and you're like, banking institutions hold it as collateral. It's legal. It's law now in this country. Like, you have to, at some point, you have to just look yourself in the mirror and go, well, I was wrong about that. It's okay to be wrong. You don't have to fight it to the end. People have been fighting Bitcoin for decades now, and they've been wrong. I mean, sorry, seriously wrong the whole time. Like, I can remember people trying to tell me not to buy it when it was $400. $400. Oh, only idiots do that, Alan. oh, okay, wow, man, I wish I'd mortgaged my home.
Yeah, I remember looking at it for like 100.
Yeah,
Like, why? Why? $100 back then would have been nothing.
right. Yeah.
But you reset that mindset now. That's how I think now. And I liked your point about why, you explain why it's stagnating right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that all changes when technology catches up, when the adoption of something comes out, when now it's not only is it, limited, these coins and tokens are limited, but when the feeding frenzy starts on it, when it's like, oh my God, okay, runs happening, I might never be able to own these again,
Yeah.
especially at this price that they are today. That
Yeah.
I feel like that day is coming very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we all do, but really gut feeling now, it's like this is there's that much institutional news and money flowing at it.
Yeah.
Like it could happen tomorrow where it all just starts getting bought up and then they turn it all into a bunch of bonds and
Yeah. Yeah.
might want to hang might want to hang on to that one.
Yeah.
Might want to hang on to that. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And in the times in which we live, I don't think it's really a bad idea to hold on to gold and silver these days either. Gold's
Mm-hmm.
done really well. But gold is usually the first horse out of the inflation gates, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
What did you want to discuss with AI, Dad?
oh wow, that's a whole long subject here, but
I
I
gotta I got something going. I gotta go at 11. So let's at least go to 11 here.
yeah, okay. Um I a lot of people ask me, I saw it in the chat there, somebody asked me about Tether, and I don't want to go down the Tether road again. I've been down it a million times, but I really want to caution everybody out there. Okay. Again, the Tether thing is just like the Bitcoin thing. Everybody gets a narrative and then they jump on it. And one of the things that scares me about what's happening in stable coins today is this. The people who invented the stable coin are keeping their stable coin decentralized. Okay? In other words, they are not conforming to American banking standards. Okay? Or European banking standards.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that's a negative, then you and I disagree. That's fine. We can disagree. I personally think that's a plus because they invented stable coins, and then centralized government comes in and says, well, we need to get a bunch of these 500 senators and Congress people to agree on something, and that means regulation. And regulation always means corruption. Always. Not sometimes, always. In the history of this man's experience. Do I want them corrupting all the stable coins in the world? No.
Mm-mm.
What just happened? Trump has told you 2 or 3 times. We believe that we're going to back the US dollar with a stable coin, with banks. I did a video on that 3 years ago, what was going to happen, and it's happening today. It wasn't a guess. We could see this coming, right? There's everybody on YouTube is throwing Tether under the bus. That scares me a little bit because I've listened to the founder or the CEO of Tether. He makes a lot of sense, but nobody's listening to him. Everybody's listening to the system tell you he's bad. Not good. Not when that starts happening, my BS detector really starts to get a strong signal and go, wait a minute. They're going to control these coins. Trump is saying, I don't like CBDCs. We're not going to have CBDCs. We already know Europe wants them. Okay. But explain the difference to me between a controlled CBDC and a controlled stablecoin. They're both completely centralized. In fact, one of the stipulations is, we can shut off their account. Right in the damn stablecoin bill says, we have the power to shut your account off. If you think that's a good idea, then you and I disagree. That's all. Whether you like or hate stablecoin or this stablecoin over that stablecoin, the fundamentals of somebody being able to stop your transaction because they don't like what you said, what you believe, what your politics are, what you think, where you live, who you're supporting, what you're donating your money to, and you want to give your government that power over you, I'm not in that boat. I'm just not. Do I want regulations to clear a lot of crypto up? Yeah, that'd be great. It would be good. So that's as far down that thing as I want to go. But I just want you all to understand, I'm not a big rah Tether guy. I'm a guy who believes in, we don't need governments to tell us how to transact amongst ourselves. And it's always been my fundamental belief as a man of macroeconomics for many years. Why does government need to control money?
It'd be better if they did not.
They're not good at business. They're not good at anything. What makes us think they're good at money? Why do they need? We need an independent money that's not controlled by any organization or government, period. And in my opinion, the closest one to that is Bitcoin. But I don't want to get that started because there's other ones too out there. I don't mean just Bitcoin, but like a lot of them are decentralized, pretty well decentralized, right?
Yeah, you create any solid decentralized blockchain, throw any name you want onto it,
right?
Put that out there.
Yeah. And I don't know why they're in the money business. I don't know why we allow them to be in the money business. And then I hear some of my favorite channels telling me that's what we need. We need the government to control our crypto. Doggone it, we need that now. And I'm just like, that's a slippery slope, my friend. Very slippery. And it never ends up well for you and I. Little guy.
Yeah.
How do I keep that from happening and still see prosperity for me because I own a giant bag of crypto? That's the dilemma for this man every day that I have to deal with. Am I part of the problem going forward for mankind? Sure looks that way these days. Do I want to enslave the future generations the way our generation's been enslaved? No. In fact, that's the opposite reason that I got into crypto. But, man controls other men. That's what mankind does. And I don't mean men as in, men over women. I mean, that's what we do. And where we can, we will.
Yeah.
It's kind of how it goes. Sad, but true. Yeah. And the psychopaths seem to like to run the world. So I don't know. The cool, chill people are all too busy being cool
Yeah,
and chill.
we're too busy chilling with a cold beer, hammock,
Yeah,
beach,
yeah.
maybe a J. You know, we're too. We can't be bothered with it.
My favorite line in the Josh Mandel thing that I read was, "Do your thinking in the shade, and live your life and have fun in the sun." I was like, bingo.
Yeah,
That guy gets it.
love that.
Yeah. Yep. It's very it's a very complicated time because you and I all want to do well with crypto, yet we all want mankind to have a better life. And that's where I was going to get into AI, but I'll go on a 20-minute rant about AI, so it'll have to be for another show.
Let's hit the comments here. How we doing, crew? Liminal protocols can't be stopped.
Good and bad, right?
Right? Yeah. Good
Yeah.
and bad. They are good at stealing, Christy. Yes, they are.
Christy, yeah.
The more I understand economics historically, more Ponzi scheme I see. The more I see, not very good. It's weird because you go the different countries go through different times and their different systems are implemented and it's looking good, and then it's like business as usual ends up happening. And I hope that kind of like, fascism and, control, and I hope that doesn't occur with crypto. I think it'll have to be about how we invest in our institutions going forward and how we make ourselves our own banks, and hopefully there's a better balance of that. Hopefully there's a better decentralized balance
Yeah.
that comes of this new technology and people like us adopting it. I hope.
Yeah.
Because Central ain't doing it. They're not getting it done.
I need to remark on that. How do I put this? There's Becky and some others have asked about what's going on with Link 2 or my feelings on Link 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm how do I say this? I'm not a Link 2 member. I'm not involved in their investments. I've been approached. When I looked into what's going on, I was like, wow, it all seems legit. It all looks pretty good. And then I want to say about 2 or 3 months ago, I started getting some people reaching out to me saying, hey, you know what? My account isn't what it used to be, or I'm not able to pull out what I thought I could. And what do you think, Alan? And then I sort of made a few calls around the industry, if you will. And I couldn't really get anything negative or positive either way. And I was like, everybody just said, no, everything's fine. Everything's good. And then I was trying to go to the show in San Jose, and then the show got canceled. And I was like, well, did anybody even give a reason why, it was canceled? And then I reached out to two people that guys probably know who I'm talking about, but two people that supported Link 2 on their channels. And both of them were like, well, I don't know, but I don't work with them anymore. So they didn't want to say anything bad to me, but I was like, well, kind of glad I never went down that road. I hope everything's fine. And as far as I know, everything is good. But I don't know if there's any. It doesn't look good, and when things start looking bad, people start pulling out more than they have. That's never a good position for a company to be in. And it appears to me that that's kind of where they're at. I never promoted them, and I have to give a shout out. I can't, can I? I don't know if you remember the person that you and I were talking to in Las Vegas, Brent,
Uh-huh.
and he was telling me, yeah, they're really pretty expensive for what you get, and I'm not promoting them any longer on my show. And
Mm.
yeah, he might be a really tall guy,
Yeah.
but many of you probably, if you know, have
Yeah.
seen this in person, you might know what I'm talking about. So it's not looking good for them right now, but that doesn't mean all's bad, because I don't know if you remember, people started getting down on who was it? Was it who's the one? Was it Rondo? I can't remember which one started having problems, but they turned out to be a big nothing burger.
Mhm.
Shoot, who was that? Anyway, it just happened a couple of weeks ago, and that turned out to be just all scuttlebutt, and everybody was like, no, actually they're not in trouble at all. So yeah, I don't know that anybody out there knows. um, I will tell you, there is a couple people that if you really want to reach out to them, no, I should talk to them before I put that out. There's a couple of people that really know the insides of that company pretty well. I'll tell you one that you and I know, Leanne Breeding, that you spoke with.
Mhm.
She knows Link 2 really well, those people. But I don't, she doesn't have a channel, so I won't put her out there like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say this about what was said with Link 2 did something that I knew. I just saw Hoofty put it in here, so it reminded me of something. There was a rumor or a thought process that if you're okay to be an accredited investor, you have to be a net worth of $1 million,
Mhm.
which is an Obama scam. Okay, the whole thing's ridiculous, absurd, right? Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. That'd be a whole nother 20 minutes that I'm not going down. But it's basically to keep the rich richer, in a sense, because they get all the good deals. You have to be an accredited investor to get these great deals. We can go there. The problem was that I heard, I don't know because I didn't hear from a Link to Invest financial person personally, but they were calling the asset value of your real estate to say that you own $1 million. If your net value of real estate and all your belongings and everything came to $1 million, you could be considered a accredited investor. Now, I never got to the bottom of that, but as far as I know, that's not an accurate statement. I never got to the bottom of that, but I think that's a really big time gray area. But I know that they were using that to get people to purchase, in particular, Ripple. People were trying to buy Ripple stock before it becomes a stock, if you will, before its IPO, and they were trying to get in and get the inside skinny through there. That's all I know about it. I could find out more, and I will find out more because there's two people that I would really call about this. Ray Fuentes is one person. He used to work for Link 2. I'm probably going to reach out to him this week. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Becky just put it up there too. Yeah, he probably, I'm guessing he does, but I'll have to give him a call this week and find out what's going on. I need to talk to Ray anyway. It's been a while.
Yeah, I just keep hearing. So I did get to have a chat with Leanne this week, and she's as good as advertised. And she was
She's amazing.
huge fan of Ray. Everybody I talk
Oh
to
yeah,
loves Ray.
yeah,
So excited to hopefully get to meet him someday. What else do we got in here?
yeah. I did a show Thursday night about that, Evan. I'm sure you probably were there, but I want everybody to understand that life is not about investing. Life is not about macroeconomics. Staying on top of every little nitty gritty thing that's going on is you're not smarter and wiser because you know all the little details of all the little news that comes across the Twitter feed every minute. You're just not. You're consumed by it, and it will consume your life. And that's okay if that's what you want out of life. But if you're looking to get out in the sun and do more stuff and find a fishing rod or a shade under a tree or do whatever it may be, go skiing or camping or whatever your thing is, play some guitar, make sure you mix that in, because you will drive yourself crazy with all this information. And you really need to find a way to take time out and appreciate your loved ones and the people around you. And I don't want to go, because every time I get on here, I just talk crypto and economics, and it's not really entirely what my life is. And I just want everybody not to just follow 10 YouTube channels and that's their whole day. It's like, please don't do that to yourself. I've weaned myself off YouTube pretty well.
Yeah. That is good advice.
Yep. Go fishing, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
That's an order from the captain. And all of you who like to fish.
Much love, Evan.
Yeah.
Hi, Leanne. Carmen, yeah, XRP to the Jupiter. It's going past Jupiter.
Oh, yeah.
Oak, Atlantic. It's good to always have you guys. Appreciate you.
You've got
my brother. Where's the hat? It's a beautiful logo, man. Northern Living's got a cool logo. Yeah, I won't discuss your channel yet because I want to have you on here and discuss it and what you want to do. Very excited to do that with you, bro. Yeah, I got a few other people gonna reach out to. But yeah, if anybody is interested, wants to just get on and chat about life, all of it, we could either have you on live here. We could do the Patreon. Really excited about blowing that thing up over there. I want to do some solo videos. I want us to do some videos again together on there, Dad.
Yeah.
I thought the ones that we have done were really cool. It's just a different vibe, different mood.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, looking forward to that this week. So yeah, hit us up if you guys want to be a part of it.
And I started what's going to be a multiple part series on our Patreon. By the way, you could join our Patreon for free. I'm sure probably everybody in this chat already is or watching. So you can go to our Patreon, the Staple Crew Patreon channel. And I did episode 1, and I'm going to do probably 2 or 3 of those a month, no more than that, because it can get quite repetitive. But it's going to be more of a political, macro view of the world in this man's eyes. Does not need to be the way you see the world. It's simply the way I see the world, and what I've my past history has taught me could happen again if we don't all pay attention and hope for better, or dream or wish or pray for a better world going forward. Yeah. Because we all have a big part in this. Even if you're not like on a spiritual level, you're way more powerful than you are with a protest sign in your hand. You haven't been told that, but it's true. And that's a vibrational fact. A universal fact is your emotional state towards the betterment of this planet and all mankind on it is more important than anything else you can do. Yeah, truly. That's my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right, B-Man, let's get out of here. I'd love to hang out all day, but
yeah, I love you guys.
Trailer to pack. I'm going to be in Sedona this coming week, guys. I'm sure I'll shoot some videos from there, and it's going to be fun.
When are you going, Dad? This weekend?
I'm leaving Tuesday. So
cool.
2 days from now. Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I'm not sure yet. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your trip.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys are in the area, get a hold of me somehow in Sedona. A couple of people already have. But, yeah.
Right on.
Okay, guys.
Let's love you all. Love you, Dad. Be good.
You too, son. My best hour of the week.
Yeah, it's mine too. I appreciate you all. Have a good one.
Thanks, everybody.